chapter 6, verse 6 through 10, from the Amplified Version. At the top of it, it says, perversion of the gospel. That's the good news. Gospel's good news. And these storms, God's taking in double-minded thought processes. Bam, 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 pressures. In the world there must be tribulation. Pressures, bam, bam, calamities. Bam, 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 tribulation. Bam, bam, bam. Don't say, oh no, there's bad stuff here, so I'm going to write a book on it. Teach people all my good and evil stuff and hog tie that bullcrap. Perversion of the gospel. That's not good news. God is your good news. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not upon your own understanding, and God will direct your path. Quit being a dumb donkey and come back to God. About face, forward march into God, not go into your poop and call it good. This is some good hot dogs here. And you're sucking on, you're eating a big old turd. Yuck! Vomit that stuff violently out of your mouth. Hog tie it. Cast it away. Not caring where it goes. That stuff's not no good for it. It's no good. It's no good. It's no good. It's not good. Not the gospel. It's an alternative to God's way. The safe place. Quit calling this stuff safe. Okay? Get a little drink. Now, from the Amplified Version. Perversion of the gospel. I am astonished and extremely irritated that you are so quickly shifted from your allegiance and deserting Him, God, who called you by grace. That's the divine influence in your heart and a reflection out to your lifestyle, including gratitude, okay? That's charis, okay? Grace of Christ, the Anointed One, for a different, even contrary gospel. Contrary, directly opposing, contrary, good news, gospel. It's telling you this is a safe place when God, in fact, is a safe place. Quit going this way. It's extremely irritated, right? Verse 7. Which is not another gospel, good news. But there are obviously some people masquerading as teachers. And some things in your head and in other people's head, they got it wrong and they're teaching this because, man, I am just so intelligent, or I've got it. It's wrong. Good and evil stuff is bullshit. It's worthless and detestable. Boom, hog tie that crap and come back to God. I'm not cursing at you, but man, that stuff is blasphemous. It's calling this good and evil stuff as the way, the truth, and the life. This is the way you do it. That's blasphemous. That's contrary to God's teaching. Boom. God is the good news. God is the safe place. Alright. I gotta restart that verse. Verse 7. Which is not another gospel, but there are obviously some people masquerading as teachers who are disturbing and confusing you with a misleading, counterfeit teaching. Counterfeit. And want to distort the gospel of Christ. The gospel of Christ, God is a safe place. Jesus said, the way, the truth, and the life, says, Yahweh is salvation, is your safe place, is your deliverance down to the safe place. Woo! Bring that up to God's superior, higher way of thinking. This stuff here is distorting it. Telling you this is the way, follow me, I'm a dumbass. Yo, follow me, psst, I know the way, psst, to the rat hole, psst, where we can get all kinds of rats and other rats. distorting the truth, going to God. Amen. I love you, God. You are the greatest. This stuff says, fear, reverence, fear, all the violence and all the hatred, oh, you gotta do it your own way, good and evil ways. Like in the last chapter, the last verse in the book of Judges. There's no king, the rightful king's not in their mind, in their land. They'll do all kinds of crazy stuff. That's what I'm trying to show you. This is crazy stuff. Don't read their books. Don't eat their crap. Okay? But even if we or an angel, I might have skipped the verse. Oh, I was having. Okay, let's start here. Who are disturbing and confusing you with a misleading counterfeit teaching and want to distort the gospel of Christ, twisting it into something which it is absolutely not. Verse 8. But even if we or an angel from heaven should teach to you a gospel contrary to that which we originally preached to you. God's a safe place. He's delivering you. He's saving you right back to the safe place. He paid the price. Come on up. You claim your inheritance little by little by little. By agreeing with God in these storms. Hold tight. Get rid of this little bit of stuff by agreeing with God. You can't do it no way by doing your own good and evil stuff. Trying to get some formula that's an alternative with God. Okay? But even if we or an angel from heaven should preach to you a gospel contrary to that which we originally preached to you, let him be condemned to destruction, accursed. Okay? Remember that accursed means a man accursed means devoted to the direst woes, pain, grief, and suffering of this old stuff here. Saying because I'm going through some pressures, I'm going to really go this way now, my good and evil stuff, and that's the way. They're devoted to that now. God's not going to show them the truth no more. They keep going that way, teaching and preaching and quack, squack, hee-haw, jackass, donkey. It's contrary to God's way, okay? They're separating themselves from Christ. All they get's the seeds or whatever state that's in. All this other stuff's gonna, when they die on earth, it's gonna go to the dust of the earth from where it came. And only the spirit is back to God. All this stuff they've spent separating themselves from God is going to nothing. Whatever seeds or whatever level they've agreed to God, that's going back to God. And that's going to be, that could be mighty, mighty light weight stuff, or it could be greater and greater and greater density in God's love, closer intimacy with God. These are permanent. Wow, would you rather be close and understanding and loving God, or way out here in no man's land? But there's none of this stuff going to torment you forever and ever and ever stuff. Huh? There's what is that, Sheol, the Old Testament. They translate it as hell, grave, and all. It's grave. It's a grave or a pit. Okay? And Hades, which is about it's the New Testament, about equivalent to it's grave, pit, okay? And there's Gehenna, which is the garbage dump south of the Valley of Hinnom. It's where all the stuff's getting burned up and come back to God. How much over are you giving up on this stuff, that good and evil stuff, and coming to God's righteousness? Don't stay in this. Be devoted to this Kiana stuff. And then you're never increasing. We're increasing very little to God. That's what's going to get you. You're bringing yourself into the pearl, like a pearl of great price, or a diamond. Those are very dense. It's growing. And it doesn't occur. You don't go from a lightweight nothing seed to a diamond overnight. In one leap, one bound, I'll just crowd up here, and man, I got a bunch of diamonds in my head. In my universe, in my cosmos thinking, orderly arrangement in mind of humanity, not just looking out here up there in the universe and telling that's the only cosmos. That's what it means. Duh. No, the natural is first, and it teaches you about the spiritual. The spiritual is where everything is happening. You got to think it. You got to order it from here out to do it, right? In the body, and it's teaching you the same thing. It's got to come from God. God is the safe place. Don't do it for this gospel, this good, false, counterfeit gospel. Oh my goodness, that's dumbass thinking. I'm speaking a little harsher to you, hoping that you're a little bit more mature. So if that is saying something that's bullshit, this way is bullshit, it's not going to, oh no, we're going to condemn you now because you said bullshit. No. Come on. Hog tie that stuff. God's not concerned about that. That is what mankind's saying. That's the dirty word. No, it ain't. It's just saying dung, scat, poop. It's worthless. It's detestable. Ooh, yuck. That is definitely, ooh, yuck, your good and evil stuff. Recognize that good and evil stuff is yuck. Not write a book about it. And man, this stuff is pure gold. And it's a big old pile of poop. That's not gold, buddy. That's your own crap. It's like out there take a dump outside and then turn around and look up. Man, that stuff is gold. Come on, man. That's counterfeit. Ugh. That's messed up in the head. That's blasphemous of God. God is the greatest. Oh my goodness, Father. You are the greatest. Don't be in fear. That's wrong, Tran. That's the directly opposing way to view that. It's God is the greatest. Revere God. Not fearing. Okay? I gotta try to keep focused here, okay? Alright. Just start reading this verse 8 again, okay? Well, okay, never mind. I read it all the way down to destruction. Let me just read it through, okay? Because actually when it says destruction, that's a curse. They're devoted to their own woe is me stuff, okay? Or somebody else's woe is me stuff, okay? But even if we, or an angel, that's a messenger, from heaven, from the spirit realm, should preach to you a gospel, good news, contrary to that which we originally preached to you, let him be condemned to destruction. It's accursed. That's devoted to the direst woes, to one's direst woes. Woe, pain, grief, and suffering. Oh, the world treat you. Oh, they're separating themselves from Christ. And they're devoted to separating themselves from Christ, and they're teaching it to others. If that's what you want, God will give it to you. Oh no, you don't want that crap, do you? Hog tie it. Hog tie your good and evil stuff, and God will bring you up. Humble thyself in the sight of the Lord, in the presence of the Lord, and he'll bring you up. Alright? Now, verse 9, from the Amplified version. And we have said before, so now, so I now say again, if anyone is preaching to you a gospel different from that which you received from us, let him be condemned to destruction. Be accursed, right? Verse 10. And am I now trying to win the favor or approval of mankind thinking, or God? Or am I seeking to please someone? Am I kissing their ass nature? Let's be plumb blunt with it. Old Blunt Lloyd here is telling you, this is blunt. Ooh, yuck. Dumbass donkey thinking. Don't kiss nobody's dumbass donkey thinking. Hog tie. Don't accept it. Don't beat them up. Don't try to, just let them be. But hog tie that stuff and come to God. Don't eat that bullcrap. Come to God. God is the greatest. This stuff is poop. Okay? I gotta read that verse 9 again. Hang on a minute. My eyes are bugging on it. Am I now trying to win the approval, the favor, or the approval of man or of God? Or am I seeking to please someone? Am I wanting to kiss somebody's butt? Thinking I'll get right real close to this guy here, or this woman here. Say, think about that. If I were still trying to be popular with men, I know what I was just doing. Man, I'll get real close to this dude or do that right here. I'll be popular. You're kind of shining the outside of your cup, aren't you? Okay. I would not be a bond servant of Christ. If you're doing that, see, read that last part. If I were still trying to be popular with men. See, Apostle Paul, when he was Saul, was killing, torturing, all kinds of stuff to the called out ones, the church of God. If I were, this is Apostle Paul, if I were still trying to be popular with men, kill them and kicking them down, writing books and stuff, all about this good and evil stuff, and this doo-doo don't know, it's all poo-poo. This is how you do it. Oh, eat a big poop dog and get it your way. No, hold tie that stuff and grow small in this stuff. Decrease in this stuff. I must decrease and God must increase. You increase. God gives the increase. Only by agreeing with God. So if I were still trying to be popular with men, I would not be a bond servant of Christ. Boom! Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.